Good day to Puan Nurul Akmal and my fellow friends. Today I would like to briefly explain about the topic that we have chosen, which is the compound interest. Compound interest refers to the interest on a loan or deposit that is calculated based on both the initial principal amount and the accumulated interest from previous periods. In simpler terms, it is interest on interest. Unlike simple interest, which is calculated only on the original amount, compound interest takes into account the accumulated interest as well. As a result, over time, the total amount grows at an increasing rate, leading to exponential growth. Compound amount is also referred as accumulated amount. And in this case, compound interest can be calculated for various compounding periods such as annually, semi-annually, quarterly, monthly, and daily. We have 5 different compounding periods. The more frequently the interest is compounded, the more interest will flow. We can witness that there is a formula for each and every compounding periods. The formula is as given on the slide, which is S equal to P in bracket 1 plus R over M to the power of MT. S refers to the amount of money accumulated after a number of years, a number of period, including interest. P refers to the principal amount, which is the initial amount of money. R refers to the annual interest rate, which has to be calculated in decimals. M refers to the number of times the interest is compounded annually. And last but not the least, T. T is the time the money is invested annually. So in this case, if let's say we are given a question to calculate the compounding interest based on compounding periods, then we can extract all the information given and we can just insert in this formula to find the answer, to find the amount of money accumulated. Compound interest is important in finance because it allows investment or debts to grow at a faster rate compared to simple interest. Compound interest is also commonly used in various financial instruments like savings, accounts, investments, loan, mortgage. It plays a crucial role in determining the future value.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. So here we provide some example related to understand more about compound interest. For the first example, Abu is investing 70,500 in Bank Y. The investment has an interest rate of 7% compound monthly. First question is, after 2 years, how much money will Abu have made in his account? Okay, first, by using the formula that was explained just now, we need to find the value of P, R, M, and T. Okay, from the question, we know that the initial amount of money that Abu invests is 17,500 ringgit and the rate of compound is 7%. Here, from the question had mentioned that interest rate compound monthly, that means the number of times interest is 12 and the time the money invest is 2 years. So by using this formula, we calculate the amount of money accumulated after 2 years and we get to 20,121.50. So here we can conclude that Abu has earned from his investment is 20,121.50 ringgit. Second question has mentioned how much will Abu have after 10 years by using 7% interest compound yearly every 1 year throughout 10 years and create the graph. From the question, it's already mentioned that the interest compound yearly. That means the number of times interest is equal to 1. And it's also mentioned that compound yearly every 1 year. That means the value of time the money invest is also equal to 1. So by using the formula, we calculate, and what we get for the first year is 18,725 ringgit. It means the total amount of money he earned after 1 year is equal to 1,225. And for your information, the total amount of money for second years is not equal to the first year. So we need to calculate one by one. For the second years, the value of P is the amount of money from first year. So we calculate and we get 20,035 ringgit 0.75 cent. For the next year, we use the same calculation and method, and what we get is, as you can see, this is the total interest for every year. So now, after we get this, we create a graph, and as we can see from the graph, the total investment increase every year at the same rate. Okay, we move to the last question, that is, calculate the amount of this investment after 5 years with interest compounded quarterly. This question has mentioned that the interest compound quarterly. That means the value of M is equal to 4 and the value of T is equal to 5 years. By using the same formula, we calculate, and what we get is the compound interest is equal to 24,758.62 ringgit at the end of 5 years with an interest rate of 7% per quarterly. So that's all from me for first example. Thank you.
So for questions number 2, Lina inherited 4,000 from his great uncle and wants to invest it in an account to save for college. His saving account has a 3% interest rate compounded monthly. How long will it take for his money to grow 6,000? So from here, we know that it is compounded monthly. So how to use this table? So first, we must know that it is compounded monthly or annually, semi-annually, every 4 months, quarterly, every 2 months, monthly or daily. Then we can know our value for the M. So from the questions, we know that it is compounded monthly. So automatically our M is equals to 12 because it is compounded monthly. So now we're going to use compound interest formula. That is S equals to P times with 1 plus R over M power of M times T. So we know that our S is equals to 6,000. Our P is equals to 4,000. Our R is equals to 0.03. Our M is equals to 12 according to the table. And our T is what we want to find, right? So now we're going to substitute the value into the following expression and find time T. So now we must divide both sides with 4,000. And then we're going to calculate the right hand side. So the value is gonna be 1.0025 power of 12t. So since t is the part of the exponent, to bring it down, we will apply logarithm on both sides. So we put log on left hand side, and also on right hand side. And then we're gonna rearrange the right hand side, so it's gonna be so now we're gonna put t on the left hand side, and other than that on the right hand side. So the equation is gonna be log 1.5 divided by 12 log 1.0025, and don't forget the bracket. So when we put the equations into the calculator, then we will get t is equals to 13.53239.095, and it is approximately equals to 13.53. So now our answer is t is equals to 13.53 years. So that is how to find t time.
Okay, for the questions number 3, it states that Aina has inherited Rn 50,000 and is considering a different investment options. She decided to invest the money in a high yield saving account with a 70% annual interest rate, which is compounded quarterly. The investment horizon is for 4 years. So firstly, you need to calculate the future value after 4 years using the formula of future values, which is S equals to P open bracket 1 plus R over M close bracket to the power of MT. So the P is for the principal amount, which is Rm 15,000, and R is for annual interest rate, which is 7% or 0.07. For the M, which is number of time interest is compounded, which is quarterly, that means 4. Compounded quarterly. So for the T is for time the money is invested. So it states that the investment horizon is 4 years. So T is equals to 4 years. Next, you need to substitute all those numbers into the formula, which is S equals to P Rm 15,000 open bracket 1 plus R interest rate 0.07 over M4 compounded quarterly and 4 times 4 years. So Rm 15,000 times 1 plus 0.07 over 4. 4 times 4 is equals to 16. So Rm 15,000 1 plus 0.07 divided 4 is plus 1 is equals to 1.00175 to the power of 16. So Rm 15,000 1.0175 to the power of 16 is equals to 1.31993. So calculate this, so the answer is equals to RM 19,798 ringgit 95 cents. So the future value after 4 years is equals to RM 19,798 ringgit 95 cents. So for the next questions, the question says, after 2 years, Aina realized that she needs some fund for a short-term goal, and she has decided to withdraw RM 3,000 from the investment. The question asks us to calculate the balance and determine the total interest earned up to that point. So firstly, you need to calculate the future values after 2 years, a new future values. So using the same formula, which is S equals to P1 plus R over M to the power of MT. So P here using the same number, which is RM 15,000. R is equals to 77%, which is 0.07 in decimal number. N is equals to 4 because it's compounded quarterly. And T is equals to 2 years, since the question says that after 2 years. So firstly, substitute those numbers into the formula, which is S equals to 15,000 over times 1 plus 0.07 over 4 to the power of 4 times 2. So 15,000 times 1 plus 0.07 over 4 times 4 times 2 is equals to 8. So 15,000 times 1.1489. The final answer is RM 70,233 ringgit 50 cents. So the future value after 2 years is RM 70,233 ringgit and 50 cents. But the question asks you to calculate the remaining balance and to determine the total interest earned up to that point. So to calculate the remaining balance, firstly you need to use the future values after 2 years, which is RM 17,233 ringgit 50 cents minus 3,000. Since it states that she wants to withdraw 3,000 after 2 years. So the answer will be RM 14,233 ringgit 50 cents. For the last question, she asked us to calculate the interest earned after 2 years. So using the value after 2 years, future value after 2 years, which is 17,233 ringgit 50 cents minus the value the value that Aina has inherited, which is RM 15,000. So the answer will be RM 2,233 ringgit 50 cents. That is the interest earned after 2 years.
Okay, for the final question, Lisa invests RM 4,000 in her bank account and now she has 15,000. She has been compounded annually for the past 12 years. Calculate the interest rate for her bank account. Okay, for this question, ask to find the interest rate. To solve this question, I use this formula, which is S equal to P times by 1 plus R over M, the power of MT. From this question, we know that our S is 15,000, P is 4,000. Okay, for M, since it is compounded annually, so then our M is 1. And the last one is T is 12. Okay, next step, we need to substitute our information that we got from the question to this formula. Okay. Okay, now we just need to solve this equation to find our R. 15,000 divided by 4,000 and we got 3.75. To get rid of the power of 12, we need to power off 1/12 on both sides. Then we get 1.11644. Then to get final answer, we subtract 1 for both sides to get R. So we got our R. So we got our R here is 0.11644 in percent is 11.644%. Okay, thank you.